Hello and welcome back to this channel. This is Cities Skyline. I'm the Eradicator, and we're going to continue our playthrough of the new Industries DLC. So last time we talked about the farming, and we also talked about the mining industries, which were these two areas in this map. And today we'll be taking a look at the forestry, which is what I'm going to show you today. Now, what's really great about this DLC is you can really make, as long as you have the natural resources, you can really make as many of these industrial areas as possible, and it's really a great improvement to how cities look like overall. Let's look at this village, for example. You can see basically, it's got its own little main street here, and it's residential areas, and on the and it's basically in the center of the superficie of the town, and on the side is where you've got these industrial areas, and you can really have some really um, decent looking regions or places in your map on your map. That's a really nice touch. But let's have a look at some of the buildings that are available in the forestry industries. So, let's get rid of the of this view. So, of course, we have the tree sapling fields. So they're basically tree farms where these trees are going to be replanted somewhere else in the future, I guess. Um, and then you have these, tree plantations in different size. You either have the small one, the medium one, and the large one. So there you go, the small, medium. The small is basically like a small square here. The medium is about the same size of the square, but maybe about two here. And the large one is the size of 4 small ones. Here they are. You also have a lot of different buildings that accompany the forestry. I want to show you first the log yard, which is basically where you store some of your forestry products, and same with the sawdust, which is where you store raw forestry products. Yeah, well, so these are storage areas here. Here there's also wood chip storage, which is also for storage. This is engineered wood plants. So here, this is where you sell timber, plant timber that's going to be either exported or it's going to be used in some of the factories that we see that we see here. But I'm going to talk about them later. And yeah, this nice building here is actually the for maintenance. So it's just it just makes your whole operation go a little bit smoother. There you go. What do we have here? Green residence. Some residents here. A sawmill. So they basically also make timber, just like here. There's the engineered wood plant and the sawmill. They're just two buildings, but they do the same thing. Maybe perhaps the engineered wood plant requires more workers. Let's continue our little tour. We still have a couple more. This is the main building. It needs to be placed inside the area, so I've decided to place it here. What I really like is we can add some trees to make the whole thing look even better and more organic. So there you have it, and now this really looks like it was built in the middle of the forest. We're gonna put these little trees here to make it look, and maybe one like this if there's space in the middle. And let's see what it looks like. Really nice, really nice. Looks like it's really coming deep in the forest. Can we do even better here? Maybe just one big pine tree here. and another one here, and that's about it. We can put some more here to protect these houses. Now another thing that I like to do, it's just to add some beautification. Of course, you don't need to do that. I'm sure I'm going to keep putting all these pine trees here. It's going to be like a nice hay, just for some kind of role play element. That's really looking nice. Let's see how this looks like. Yeah, it's a professional. I like that. What I do, I think these you can put houses in the area, and it really looks like you're some kind of age of town, and it just brings in some kind of extra charm to the whole place. It looks really rural, and that is something I appreciate a lot with these this DLC. It's also something you could do potentially in the farming district. Let's see, maybe I could put some, like a house here and here, and maybe a shop here, just for fun. And we're gonna see how it looks like. Anyway, I wanted to show you the forestry, so let's not lose track of what we do. Then you have these two buildings. There's a lot of pollution. They don't generate some pollution normally. I think there's another one that's available here, and you see they generate little pollution, just a little bit, but not that much. You see, just a few trees around the factory are impacted, but that's about it. So let's have a look here at the big boy here. This is the pulp mill. So the pulp mill is going to produce paper from the raw forest products. So the more of these you produce, the more will come here, and it's going to make the factory work. For some reason it doesn't work. Perhaps I should have maybe if I can relocate this here and this just a little bit on the side. Can I do this? No, I can't. For some reason it doesn't work. Well, it's not gonna let me do it. Too bad. Because I wanted to bring in one of these tracks here, but no, there's just no way. That's fine. And the last one is also going to produce paper. So basically, the end of the chain is paper. That's what you produce with these forest areas. Either paper or plant timber, and there you see what you do, how much you sell, and your profit. So it's basically the same principle as the other industries, but here it's all about forestry. Now there are also sometimes some unique buildings that I haven't added yet. There's the Mother House Factory, which requires some of these not just forestry, but also it's going to require petrol and ore resources. Soft paper factory, same. It's also going to require petrol, oil. Clothing factory, this is more like meat for clothing, more like animals, maybe leather. What else? We have electronics, so this is definitely not from forestry. Printing press, absolutely. And they need plastic as well. That's interesting. And industrial steel. That's also not for us. And furniture. We could totally have a furniture factory because we produce these plant timber and we produce paper. And let's try to have it somewhere. Oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty big facility. Maybe we could have it. I like to have these factories by runabouts because it's close to the highway. Even though this highway here is a bit congested, maybe it would benefit from having more lanes. I'm going to do this right now. Can I do this? Yes. That's looking much better. Alright, let's bring more lanes. And you can see the traffic is slightly more fluid, just to be nice. And we are going to add an extra road here. Basically, we're going to make it turn like this. And then, oh no, that's not the one I wanted. Here, this is what I wanted. And then we'll have a nice road with trees. It's too bad if we destroy some houses there, but it is a necessary evil. Alright, and this is where we're going to plant our furniture factory. There it is. And we need to open that to our runabout. Come on, it's gotta work. Now we can have it here. And the second one, come on, come on, come on. No, seriously? Well, we're going to cheat a little bit. We're going, boom. It's a little funky, but still looking nice, right? And there is our factory. It still needs water. There you go. And how about electricity? We're going to... do we have some firefighters? Yes, we're good with fire. We're gonna have a disaster response unit right next to it, because we only have one in the entire map. Yes, that's not a lot. And how about earthquakes? We're not really prepared for earthquakes either here. So we need another sensor here. And here we have absolutely nothing as well. How is our coverage? That's much better. And let's have another sensor here. Yeah, we have a much better coverage now. And same with the radio. So these big radio masts are helping us a lot to figure out what's going on in the map. Now we are covered. Anyway, there we have it, guys. This is how the forestry looks like in Cities Skylines Industries DLC. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you really like what you saw, please don't forget to like this video. It's really going to help me out. And if you want to see more videos of Cities Skylines or any other games, well, you can always make a request of the game you want to see, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to post more videos of Forza Horizon in the future and Extreme Alliance, and there's going to be a surprise new game coming in a couple of days. There are probably going to be a video on Star Citizen. I haven't posted about Star Citizen lately. There's a lot of progress in the PDU, and it needs to be covered. I just never really had the time to cover that. But that's definitely something I'm going to do. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys next time.